Next item on the agenda is 2022-0305, introduced by Commissioner Thacker.
The Honorable Rick Brewer, Chairman and members of the Hawkins County Commission, in regular session, met 28th day of March 2022. This resolution in reference to approval of a special needs grant from the State of Tennessee Department of Health from the CARES Act funding for an awning at the Rogersville Health Department with no matching funds. Whereas the Hawkins County Commission recognized the need to for protection for the health department workers from the rain, heat, and cold temperatures when providing vaccinations as well as other health services that can be offered drive-through clinics when the Rogersville Health Department, and whereas the State of Tennessee Department of Health is offering Hawkins County Special Needs Grant through the CARES Act funding from the Rogersville Health Department to purchase an awning to be used for drive-through clinics. Whereas the grant is an amount of $75,000 with no matching funds required. Now therefore be it resolved that the Hawkins County Commission meeting in regular session hereby accepts the $75,000 special needs grant from the State of Tennessee of Health through the CARES Act funding and purchase of awning for drive-through clinics at the Rogersville Health Department, and that the county mayor be authorized to sign all documents pertaining to further authorize the following budget amendment to get the funds in the following general funds account of the 2021-22 budget as designated by Division of County Audit of CARES Act funding. Grant Fund 101, got the account number 75,000 increase, 75 on the account number 58808. Mr. Chairman, I so moved.
Motion by Commissioner Thacker, second by Commissioner Barker. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Barrett.
Just got one question. The health department up in Churchill, the branch, I guess, of the county health department, would, if they needed an awning up there, would part of this matching grant, would part of that funding be able to be used up there? Or is this just specifically for the branch here in Rogersville? I guess the reason I asked that question, back during COVID, the health department here in Rogersville had a tent there, and I believe the facility up in Churchill had a tent set up there also. The reason I'm asking the question.
Sean Street, Director for the Health Department, just so everyone's aware. No, the funding is specific to the Rogersville location, and that's because they identified those health departments who, based on current logistics, could easily have a awning or a canopy installed. The current setup at the Churchill location is pretty tight as far as the property and the parking lot and such. So they wanted to make sure that the funding went to those health department locations across the state. There's just a handful whose current logistics allow for that. So looking at Churchill's current layout with the parking lot and the small piece of property that is on, we would not use this money for that location. And just so you know, yes, the resolution does state that this would be for the purpose in providing some type of drive-through service. We have certainly learned how to provide services in different ways through the pandemic, but God forbid I should go through something like this again through my public health career. Hopefully this will be another every 100 years. I will be either retired and or dead. The patients and our customers will have benefit of this canopy. If you're familiar with the Rogersville location, from the drop off to the front entrance, there's a considerable distance. It will be covered from the front and then it'll connect to an awning. And they've constructed these already in some health departments, at other locations prior to this. So even if we never use it for any type of drive-through service, it will be a benefit to those patients or customers who have either wheelchairs, strollers, and those type of things. So from the point of drop-off to the front door, they can remain dry should they be equally.
Commissioner Harrell.
What all services are you gonna use in this?
It would vary, of course, through COVID. We were using our tent at both locations for either COVID testing, the PCR testing, and or for vaccination purposes. We have done other services such as we have been able to provide WIC services telephonically through the COVID. Sometimes that meant that if we were renewing someone's WIC card, if there was an issue or concern about mailing that, we could actually she has 3 children. Getting 3 children out of a vehicle, just come inside and just get a renewed or a replaced WIC card, that's not being as accommodating as we could. So there are those services that we would continue offering, whether it be vaccination clinics, testing clinics, or even just curbside service or pick-up information.
Thank you, sir.
Any other discussion? Thank you very much. Everyone cast your vote, please.
19 yes, 2 absent.
Resolution